computer?
Every 10 minutes.
About twice a day.
I go on Facebook about 6 or 7 times because I have it on my iPhone. I have it all with me all the time, so I go on it a lot.
I go with Facebook approximately 5 times a day.
So I go on Facebook when I go to the library, or when I come home, or if I'm in my friend's house on my phone. Then if I'm doing work on my laptop, I'll go on Facebook as well.
A few times a day.
I don't think Facebook is a good method of communication really, because when you meet up with someone face to face it's more personal, so Facebook is kind of stopping that. That's what I think.
I guess Facebook is bad for your social life because people kind of take pictures when you're out and stuff when you're really drunk, and it doesn't portray the real you, rather than when you're kind of sitting at home studying or when you're cooking or whatever. It doesn't, people kind of make up their own mind about you through your Facebook rather than meeting you personally, so yeah.
That, like, in terms of bereavement, people would pay their respects through Facebook instead of using face to face, like. And if it keeps going that way, people are just gonna lose their emotions eventually, I think.
So sometimes when I'm in my house or in my friend's house, I'll end up going on Facebook on my phone. And I've noticed when I was in work at lunch, there was at least 5 of us, we all had smartphones, and we weren't even talking to each other, we were all just on the internet on our phone and Facebook.
Well, speaking as someone who's no longer in college in a working environment, I find Facebook a big distraction for someone who's working and should be, doing work as opposed to distracting himself on a social network with his friends, And it could probably maybe take out about an hour or so I could spend working as opposed to, messing around on Facebook, so it's detrimental to my output for the day, if you like. And secondly, I think that it takes away physical interaction between people. A lot of people are dependent socially so much now on their phone. Like, everywhere you look now, half the people are looking at their phones instead of talking to people face to face, And if people maybe do really well in their careers, hopefully it won't impact them too much if they do much work with people face to face, particularly in the business world, I think. You know what I mean? So that's all I have to say about that.
There are many negatives to communicating on Facebook because it's actually not a reliable form of communication whatsoever, and you never know who the other person is on the other side. Like, one person could be logged in, but it could be somebody else on their account. So like Facebook, rape, frape. Basically, you don't know who you're talking to. And also people checking into, oh, I'm in the wish, or I'm there and that, which means their house is, like, no one's in their house, which means they can be robbed at any time, and then they wonder why they're getting robbed. And then there's also the fact of people putting up all their personal issues up on Facebook and having fights and things like that. Like, nothing is personal anymore. It's not a form of communication. It's just a form of where people like to just spread things that they...
I go onto Facebook kind of all day because I have it on my phone, and the negative effects of Facebook on your social life, the implications are even that it can be used as a tool, and that it can affect those who are weaker in groups, and they're easier as a target and to bully. So it's more so of a weapon than anything.
The problem with Facebook is that it sort of takes you away from like your everyday tasks. Like say if you're studying, like you're in college, like it's very hard to concentrate on your study if you have a laptop there in front of you. And the other thing is, like if you're working as well, like if you're at a desk job, it's very hard to concentrate on your everyday tasks at work, like, because there's always the option of using Facebook as well. And another thing is that I find like that there's no like intrigue with going out on a Saturday night anymore, because you know what people are doing already before you meet up with them, like, so there's no banter or stories or whatever like that, like you know it all already, like, so it sort of takes the whole intrigue out of like going out like on a Friday or Saturday or Sunday night anymore, like. So life is a bit boring with Facebook, I think, so I reckon it's not a good thing.
Facebook is bad in the way that people don't share their problems with their friends anymore. They put it up on Facebook to the public, really personal problems that should only be shared among close friends, and they're just using it as an attention-seeking tool.
Yeah, people on Facebook are fake. They always pretend to be something they're not, and this puts pressure on other people that think they have to be something that they are.
Another negative to Facebook is that people aren't actually who they are on Facebook. Like, people that you meet out in school or in college and things like that are very quiet and keep to themselves, but when they get on Facebook they talk about all this crazy side. It's like Facebook brings another side to them that no one else gets to see. It's only that person in their own bedroom, like behind a computer, saying whatever they feel like saying, but yet they would never say it to other people in front of their faces. Like, it just brings... It literally nearly splits your personality to your Facebook personality and then to your normal personality, basically, which I think is a very negative thing.